So I'm doing a, random 23 question tag that I saw from Martha Hopkins's video. She didn't tag me, but I just decided to just go ahead and do it anyway. So let's get started, I guess. So the first one is, do you still talk to your first love? I would have to say no. No, I don't. And the reason why is, we just don't talk. So, I don't want to get really into that personal stuff, but yeah, we don't talk anymore. Nope. Second question. What is your first alcoholic drink? I would have to say vodka. Vodka was my first alcoholic drink. It was a mixed drink, so it wasn't like straight up vodka. Yeah, and ever since then I've loved vodka, so that's always been my number one fave. The very first job that I've ever had would have to be babysitting. That's my very, very first job I've ever had. And I remember babysitting these two little boys, and they were so sweet, and their mom was so nice. I really made some really good money babysitting, so yeah, can't regret that. The fourth question would be, what is your first car? Technically, I don't have a first car because I don't drive. And the reason why is because I'm epileptic. So, even when I had my learner's permit, I learned it when I was still married to my ex-husband. So, when I came here to Washington, I never got my actual license. So, that's that. Fifth question is the first text of the day. First text of the day that I got was from my wonderful boyfriend. So that's that. And the sixth question would be, first person I thought of this morning would probably be my son. Because he comes every morning. His biological dad drops him off every morning, and he gets picked up after work. So he is the first person I actually think of every morning. Seventh question would be, my first grade teacher. To be honest, I don't even remember her name, but I know that she was really mean to me. And I think she was racist. So I really did hate my first grade teacher because I remember the school. I went to St. Mary Magdalene in Pennsylvania, and I swear to God, this teacher, it's a Catholic school, and this teacher was the meanest teacher ever. I hated her guts. I really did. And kids would like laugh and make fun of me because I was Asian, and she didn't care. She didn't give a shit. She didn't care at all. Like, I don't know. I hated her. I hated her. So, yeah, that's enough of that. Number 8. Where did I go on the first ride on an airplane? I would have to say the first ride I ever made on an airplane was from the Philippines to Pennsylvania. I'm a military brat, so my dad got stationed in Pennsylvania for 3 years. So, the very, very first plane ride I've ever had in my entire life would probably be from the Philippines to Pennsylvania State. So, let's see, number 9. Who was my first best friend, and do we still talk? My very first best friend, I do remember her. Her name was Megan Flynn, and I met her when my dad was stationed in Japan. My mom had this babysitting gig that she babysat a certain amount of military kids, basically military rugrats. And she was one of the kids that was my age that my mom babysat, and we became friends. Do we still talk? No, we don't. We actually lost contact after her mom got stationed, because it was her mom that was in the military, and her mom got stationed somewhere else, and we never talked after that. So those first 2 years that I met her were pretty much the only time and she was my best friend. We did like everything together, so yeah, she was pretty cool. Where was my first sleepover? Be at Megan Flynn's house. Like I said, she was my very first best friend, so Question 11. The first person I talked to today would probably be my boyfriend. He was my first text today and my first, person I talked to, so that's pretty funny. Whose wedding was I... Oh, I guess who was the first person I ever went to a wedding to would probably be one of my friends, in Florida. It was pretty random too. Like, she was like, "Oh, you gotta come to my wedding." I wasn't even a part of the wedding. I was just, she wanted me to come and I actually went. And it was pretty fun. I got to dress up really nice and pretty, and that's when I was like, really, I was in Florida too, and so I got to wear like a really like summer dress type of thing. It was fun. I liked it. Let's see. Question 13. First thing I did this morning. Well, the first thing I actually did do this morning was go pee. I don't know if that counts. Does that count as something you do when you wake up in the morning? I think so. First thing I did this morning was I went straight in the bathroom and went and took a piss. Like every normal person. Let's see. My first concert. Ooh. Tough one. Okay, my very, very first official concert was in the Philippines, and I don't know if any of my Filipino people know who Andrew E. was, but he was officially my very first concert, and I actually went to the Andrew E. concert with my very first love, so that's how that goes. My first broken bone would probably be these two right here. Officially first bone that I broke because I punched a wall. Long story. I'm not gonna say why. My very first piercing would probably be my ears. My first piercing would be my ears, I would have to say, yeah. First foreign country I ever went to would probably be Japan, because my dad was stationed in Japan. I don't know if that counts. My dad, like I said, I'm a military brat. My dad was a Marine, so the very first foreign country I ever went to was Okinawa, Japan. My dad was stationed there for 3 years, so, first movie I ever seen in the theaters. God, that is so hard because I don't really remember my very, very, very first movie I've seen in the movie theaters. But the one movie that I can remember, I think it was, I'm not exactly sure, it's a toss-up between George of the Jungle or Men in Black, the very first one, or Hercules the cartoon. I'm not exactly sure. I know I've seen all three of them in the movie theater, but it is around those three that I think I did see. Oh, so I don't even remember how old I was. Oh my god, that's how long ago those movies came out. Yeah, weird. The 19th question would be, when was my first detention? Okay, we're all grown, right? My very first detention, I think, would be in 6th grade, and my mom doesn't even know I did it. I made up some dumb excuse that I had a project to do after school, when really I got in detention because I got into a fight. I got into a fight because some boy was making fun of me because I was Asian. Yeah. It's a long, long story. But my mom, I don't think my mom knows till this day that I actually did get detention for getting into a fight. So that was my very first detention when I was in grade 6. She knows now. Let's see. My very first roommates would probably be my roommates in Florida. Oh, good lord. That wonderful bunch of people. I loved them so much, and they loved me. They treated me like I was their younger sister. Okay, this is really bad to say, but my very first roommates were a bunch of guys that worked at Pizza Hut, and they chipped in on this like 2-bedroom apartment, and I was able to snag one of the rooms because I was the only girl. It was really weird because they treated me like I was their sister, so it was nice. I liked it. Very active group of people. Let's see. The 21st question would be, if you had one wish, what would it be? If I had one wish, it would be that my son grows up to be healthy, and that he grows up to be a very, very good, successful gentleman. which nowadays it's kind of one of the it's hard to do, especially nowadays. The economy is going down, and I have friends that have kids too, and it's like a struggle to keep a tone to what's going on around you. So it is hard to raise a kid nowadays. So I really hope and pray, that would be my number one wish that I hope does come true, is that my son grows up to be healthy, successful, and a good, abiding citizen. Gets into mischief, but not enough to get arrested. There you go. And he grows up to be a gentleman. So, 22nd question would be something you would learn if you had the chance. Oh, what is something I would have learned if I had the chance? To speak different languages, I think, would be my number one thing. If I had a chance to, I would want to speak different languages. So, I know a little bit of Slovakian because of one of my friends. He taught me a little bit of it, and I know Tagalog because that's my actual nationality. I'm Filipino, and I know English, but I want to learn like more. I know a little bit of French, but that's about it. I want to learn how to speak more languages, to be a little bit more bilingual, or not bilingual, but to learn a little bit more. I don't know. If I had a chance to, that's what I would do. Speak different languages. Okay, 23rd and last question. The first lessons I ever took, and I'll be honest with you guys right now, I never took tap lessons or dance I did take dance lessons, and I was in the band and stuff like that. But the very, very first lessons that my parents ever did pay for was a reading coach. I had a very, very hard, I have a really hard time when I was a kid, like reading just simple books, and I hated doing homework for that reason too. And I think it was, number one, I think it was because of my eyes. If you guys can tell, my glasses aren't exactly the normal kind of glasses that you see every day. But other than I have really poor eyesight, for some reason, and I don't know why, I could never keep up with reading. Reading was like my weakness when I was a kid. So my mom and my dad paid for somebody to come to the house, and I had to get reading lessons, and this was when I was in Japan. So I think they started noticing like a downward spiral of my grades, and it had a lot to do with me reading. So that was the very, very first lessons I ever took of anything. So yeah, those are the 23 random questions that were asked to Martha Hopkins, and I just went ahead and did a tag for it. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Yeah, that's it. That's over and done with. So I guess that concludes my video today. Please subscribe and comment down below. I never get comments on my freaking videos. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm like that boring and that non-interesting that I don't get comments. But I really would like everyone's opinion on my videos and stuff. I know for a fact I'm not consistent, and I'm so sorry. It's just, God, once I get, like, normal internet, and I get, like, the right camera to shoot my videos and the editing software that I need, I swear to God my videos would be a lot more better. But for right now, you guys are gonna have to put up with my little Android phone videos for now. So, alright, ta-ta, take care, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.